What is up, all my baddies? cut. What is up, all my baddies? It is your girl Ashley Charnay, and I am back with another video. Okay, so I know I've been gone. I know I make this announcement every single time I come back and I make another video, but I feel like we used to it right now, like whatever. So I am back, y'all, with another video. I have been gone. It's been a lot of stuff going on with me that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today. As you guys can see by the title, I had surgery. I recently had a surgery called VSG, which is the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. And basically what it is it's a weight loss surgery. They cut your stomach. They cut out about 80% of your stomach, your actual stomach on the inside, not like my skin. Like, I ain't get no tummy tuck or anything like that. So yeah, I didn't get no tummy tuck or nothing, y'all. I just got you already know Gucci gonna be in the bag. I just got this VSG surgery. I've been wanting to get this VSG surgery for quite some time now. I want to say like maybe like a year or so. I've been kind of like doing a lot of research on the surgery and things like that, and so I finally went ahead and I got the surgery. Now this is kind of basically like a day before and the day of my surgery type of video. I'm going to do another video as far as like my update and the things that I eat now and stuff like that in a separate video. This is more so just the day after, the day before surgery, the day of surgery, and then maybe I'll do the day after surgery if the video isn't getting too long. So yeah, so basically I had my surgery on August the 20th. Today is September the 20th. So I'm officially 1 month post-op. Now see, okay, the thing with VSG is, oh my god, why is this about to go out? Hold on, y'all, let me switch memory cards. Okay, sorry y'all, for whatever reason I had the wrong memory card or whatever. Damn, and then I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Okay, so anyway, I think I kind of remember. So a lot of surgeons are different when it comes to or a lot of programs are different when it comes to people having to take nutrition classes, or you know, actually going into classes, talking to a nutritionist over the phone. Now my personal experience was I originally started off with a doctor that I kind of just researched on my own. He was a doctor in Orange County, and I really liked his work and I really liked his reviews. So I went ahead and I did my consultation with that doctor. I don't remember his name or anything like that, but he was in Costa Mesa. So if you guys just Google Costa Mesa doctors that do vertical sleeves and things like that, he should be probably like the first or second person to pop up. But thanks, Pooh. Sorry, y'all, had to reply. Anyway, so I went through that surgeon first, and with that surgeon, before I was able to get my surgery or go through with my surgery, they obviously had to do the insurance verifications, and the insurance required me to do like a 6-month kind of like a 6-month nutrition guide. I don't want to say a class because I never physically went into a class. I just kind of spoke with a nutritionist over the phone. So basically the nutritionist kind of just told me, you know, this is what you should eat, this is what you should avoid, try to get this much water in, try to, you know, cut out these things and stuff like that. And every month she would check in with me. I would do kind of like a weight check, and we would kind of just go from there and record, you know, how my progress was going and things like that. So I had to do the nutrition class. I had to speak with a psychologist. I don't know if it's a psychologist, psychiatrist. I kind of get those confused a lot, but I had to speak with somebody about that, and I spoke with them over the phone. I didn't go into an office or anything like that. And I also had to fill out some paperwork, you know, that had to do with mental health and things, and so that was a requirement. And for him, a requirement was for me to get a full endoscopy. Now, when it came to time for me to get the endoscopy, the reason why I went with this doctor, I'm sorry, let me kind of like rewind. The reason why I went with this doctor was because they accepted my dad's insurance. Now, I don't know how it is in other states or anything like that, but you're able to be on your parents' insurance up until I believe you're 26 years old as far as medical. And I was going to use my dad's insurance, and then I was going to use my own insurance as a secondary insurance because his insurance is better than mine. Now, when it came time for me to do the endoscopy, they wanted, I believe, like $350 or something like that, because I guess my dad's insurance didn't cover that much for the endoscopy, and I couldn't use my insurance as a secondary insurance because they didn't accept that insurance because I had an HMO. So it was kind of like this big old thing. And you know, this was I think this was like a year or so ago, and I kind of like got a little discouraged because I'm like, dang, like I'm not trying to pay no $300 nothing when, you know, a lot of people get these things covered by their insurance, and you know, like I don't know if I really want to go through with it. So I want to say like 2 months after that, I started doing research again, and so I decided to just go through my primary care physician and have them refer me to a doctor. I go through Pioneer Medical Group. I don't know if in every state they have Pioneer Medical Group, but they've officially changed it to PIH Health or whatever. And so yeah, I ended up going through them. My doctor referred me to a surgeon in the city of Fountain Valley. And if you guys don't know, I live in California. I live in like the LA area. Fountain Valley is about maybe 30 to 35 minutes away from where I live, and that's in Orange County. So she referred me to a physician in Orange County. I kind of did my research on the doctor's office. Now, when she referred me to a doctor, it wasn't to a specific doctor, it was just to a doctor's office. So within that doctor's office, which is called Smart Dimensions, I'll leave it here. Smart Dimensions, they have, I believe, 3 or 4 surgeons there that perform this specific surgery, and you're able to choose whichever doctor you want to go through. But she did refer me to that doctor's office. So and the requirements that they required me to do, obviously, since I had already went through my 6-month program, prior to coming to them, I spoke with the psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. I did that. The only thing that was missing was the endoscopy. Now, this surgeon, the new surgeon, let me know that I was not required to have a endoscopy. And to be honest with you, if I'm not mistaken, I think an endoscopy is kind of like when they go in and I think they insert a tube or something like that. I think that's what one of the doctors were telling me. They insert a tube or a camera or something to take a look at your stomach and things like that, just to make sure that everything is okay for you to proceed with surgery. Now, my doctor said that he didn't require me to have an endoscopy. I just had to have an upper GI. I don't know what the difference was. The upper GI, I went, it took like 15-20 minutes. They had me drink, it was like a substance, it was kind of like a milk of magnesia type of substance, and it was also like an Alka-Seltzer type of like water or whatever. They had me drink that. They took a lot of pictures, and that was that. When I did go, the doctor did say something about me possibly having acid reflux. Now, I've never really experienced acid reflux before, so that was kind of like a new thing for me when he brought it up. So yeah, that was that. Those were the requirements. So I ended up, you know, I had to turn in all of my paperwork from my previous surgeon to get it over to the new surgeon so that they were able to you know, check everything off. Also, you know, I was required to do go in and sit in with the support group. So I did have to go in with people that had already had the surgery and some people that were going to have their surgery. And basically it was kind of like a round table type of situation, like everybody spoke and things like that. I'm not really good when it comes to like group speaking and being in you know, groups of people. I'm just not, like, I have social anxiety, so like I'm a little weird when it comes to things like that. So I didn't really chime in at all when they were talking and things like that. I was just kind of just there to listen. In all honesty, I didn't really feel like I wanted to be there. I was just kind of over it. I'm like, this is stupid. Why am I here? Now, that's no shade to anybody. If, you know, support groups are something that you feel like they would help you, or if that might be an extra tool, or if you feel like you need that, you know, that support system, and you feel like you don't have that in the people that are around you, then I would definitely suggest that. Me personally, I just don't like being in groups, and I don't like being around a lot of people, so it just wasn't for me. I did a lot of research on YouTube. I watched people like Blossom, Hey Bloss, I think that's her name here on YouTube. I also watched Yummy Red. I think that's her information. I don't know. I'll try to link all of their information in the description box. Now, there's a lot of other people that you guys can go and look at when it comes to VSG surgery, because there's a lot of people on YouTube that, you know, come and they share their stories and things like that. Me personally, I chose those two YouTubers to watch because they were Black women. I personally like to watch things that affect people like me, because, you know, a lot of the times we might have similar situations versus somebody who doesn't look like me or isn't built like me and things like that. So that's why I chose to watch them. You guys can watch whoever it is that you want to. I'm just saying that's who I decided to go with, to, you know, just do some research and things like that. So anywho, yeah, so I did the support group. I did, you know, go in. We did a doctor talk. That was also a requirement. It was basically like people that were looking to get the surgery. You had to go in. You talk to one of the doctors, which was Dr. Russo. Now, different surgeons have different days to do their doctor talk, but I just happened to go on a day that Dr. Russo was doing his doctor talk, and I really liked, you know, a lot of Dr. Russo's work. I liked a lot of the things that he was saying. He seemed to be very, you know, like open and, you know, very inviting and just that type of person. So I ended up going with him. Now, I highly suggest, highly that you guys do your research. Ooh, excuse me. I highly suggest that you guys do your research when it comes to surgeons and things like that. I did not do my research on Dr. Russo specifically, and I also didn't do a lot of research on the facility that I was going to be having my surgery at. So I'm going to get into that a little bit later, and why I'm saying you should do a lot of research. So anywho, let's go ahead and let's skip to the day before surgery. Now, actually, you know what? I take that back. So 3 weeks before my surgery, I finally got a call to say, hey, your insurance accepted your shit or whatever, and you're approved for surgery, and now, you know, we can set your date. So she's like, when would you like to have your surgery? I'm like, as soon as possible. I want to do it ASAP because my birthday's coming up. I have a trip planned to New York, and I'm trying to be good for my birthday. So I kind of do regret. Well, we're gonna talk about regrets later. We're not even gonna talk about that right now. So yeah, she basically told me your surgery is gonna be on August the 20th, and yeah, your surgery is gonna be on August the 20th. We'll call you the day before and let you know on how to get prepped for the day of surgery. So I'm like, okay, cool, fine. So the day before surgery comes, she told hold on, let's go back. She told me that my surgery was going to be at 8 a.m. So I had to be at the, at 9 a.m. and I had to be at the hospital at 7 a.m. 2 hours to prep and get ready for surgery. So that was that. The day before the surgery, someone called me at about like maybe 9 or 10 a.m. telling me that, your surgery has been pushed up. You'll be having your surgery at 7 a.m. So be there at 5 a.m. I'm not allowed to eat anything the day before surgery. Clear liquids only. And that's that. The day before surgery, I had a horrible time, okay? I was at work. I believe I left work early, if I'm not mistaken, because I started to have like a really bad headache because I wasn't able to eat anything. Let me get up here so my camera can stop shaking. Ooh, come on, girl. So yeah, I was not able to eat anything the day before surgery, and I had a headache. I was grumpy. We were in the process of moving, so I was moving things. It was hot as hell in LA that whole week. It was just a lot going on. I had really bad anxiety about the whole situation. Now, I wasn't scared about having the surgery. I just had a lot of anxiety about, you know, about everything. It was just so much stuff going on. I had a lot of anxiety. My head was hurting bad. So I was just in a grumpy ass mood. I was over it, and I was just kind of like ready to get this shit over with. So the next day comes, which is the day of surgery, and I was there at 5 a.m. They checked me in. They had me show my insurance information. I showed that. Then I was able to go into the back part of the hospital with just my mom. My brother and his kids were also there, but they weren't allowed to go in the back, and I guess that was when, you know, they were going to prep me for surgery and things like that. Fine. The one thing I didn't like about the hospital, and I don't know if I even said where I had the hospital, I mean where I had the surgery at. The surgery that I had, the place that I had my surgery at was Fountain Valley Regional in Fountain Valley, California. Now, this specific hospital does not have like an official waiting room. It literally looks like a doctor's office type of situation. Now, a lot of the other hospitals that I've been to in, you know, my state, the waiting rooms are pretty nice. This was not the case with that. So anywho, we went back, me and my mom, we went back. They did a weight check on me. Now my highest weight was 291. My pre-surgery weight was 290. So I wasn't really doing that good when it came to losing the weight before the surgery, which is what they require you to do. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, I didn't try or anything like that, because I did try. I did try to lose some of the weight before I had the surgery, because that was a requirement that I had. And I did try. It's hard as fuck. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's hard as fuck for me to lose weight. It's hard as fuck for me to stop eating. It's hard as, like, it's hard. And I'm never gonna lie to you guys and tell you guys, oh, it was easy peasy. I did this, I did that. I'm not gonna lie and say, you know, I was working out 5 times a week trying to get the weight. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't. I was just being regular. Now, should I have done more? Yes. Did I? No. Do I regret it? No. I did what I did. And it is what it is. You either, you know, do as I do as I say. You a grown-ass motherfucker watching this video. I would hope so. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was that. So, my highest weight was 291. The day of surgery I was 290. So, you know, and honestly my weight had been fluctuating up and down, up and down, up and down, literally for about a year or so. The most weight that I've lost on my own was 40 pounds. So my lowest weight within the whole year of last year was 250. So I was pretty, well, not pretty, I wasn't small, but I was kind of like a cool little size. Like, I was cool with 250. Is it healthy? I guess not, if, you know, that's what you want to call it. I've been thick my whole entire life. 250 just wasn't, I wasn't uncomfortable when it came to being 250. When it came to, you know, me getting bigger and all of those things, totally uncomfortable. I was completely uncomfortable. So, yeah. So I went back, they did my weight, they did my height. They, obviously I had to get blood work done prior to this. So, I didn't have to do any like specific blood work when I got there. So, when I got in the back, basically right before I went into surgery, they have you in this area. Now, I don't know if this is at all hospitals, but it gave me real clinic vibes. Like, it gave me really like, it gave me very much like clinic, like dirty, can't afford. Like, it was just like, it just wasn't like it wasn't a good feeling. Like, I didn't feel like, you know, yeah. Anyway, so there was multiple beds in this waiting area. I believe there was about 5 beds, and literally everybody was next to each other. There were just curtains just separating everyone. Now the nurse's cubicle, or whatever you want to call it, was literally right in front, so everybody was kind of like going over each other, trying to get to their patients and things like that, which also gives me anxiety because I do not like being in a small room with a bunch of people. It freaks me the fuck out. So I was already kind of like in like a weird state. My mom was a lot more nervous than I was for the surgery because, like I said, I'm not a very nervous person when it comes to having surgery and things like that. Now, I've never had like a real surgery before. I have had a C-section before, and I had a kid, so it's just like I wasn't, a lot of things like that just don't faze me. It didn't bother me. So the young lady, she got my IV. No, she didn't. She didn't get my IV in. I had to undress, get into my gown, tie my hair up, put the hairnet on. They were gonna have an issue with my nails, but I refused to take my nails off. So I was just like, look, either y'all gonna work with this or y'all not. Y'all can put, because you know, I don't know if you guys know that little thing that they put on your finger to manage, I don't know if it's like your heart rate, or I don't fucking know. I don't know what it was, or your pulse or something like that. They were trying to put it on my finger and it didn't work because obviously I have really long nails. They ended up putting it on my toe because I was not about to get rid of my you know, ain't happening. Never. Not getting rid of them. If you don't like it, oh well, bye, see you never. Anywho, so yeah, they did that. And now, me personally, I always have issues with people finding my veins because my veins, I guess, are so small that you're not able to see them when it's time to get an IV or when it's time to draw blood. One of the young ladies there, one of the nurses there, she stuck me very, very hard. I was super pissed off because she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She tried, I believe she tried to put the IV here, and it just did not work out. And I kept telling her, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. No, that's not right. It doesn't feel right. So I need you to take it out. There was another nurse that came. It took her a little while, but she was able to do it. And so, yeah, after that, my doctor was running a little late. Dr. Russo was running late. He finally came and he's like, okay, are you ready for surgery? I'm like, yep, I'm ready. He was like, all right, let's get it done. How was that? He didn't tell me like, oh, I'm gonna take care of you, don't worry about it, da da da. It wasn't that. It was just kind of like, okay, let's get it going. And that was it. So they put the mask over me, the oxygen mask, and they told me to just continue to breathe in and out, and then you'll just eventually fall asleep and you won't remember anything. So I was like, cool, I'm cool with that. I was rolled to the back. I remember getting rolled to the back. They told me to just keep breathing, keep breathing. I kept breathing, I kept breathing, I kept breathing. I was in the room and it was very cold, and then all of a sudden I just went to sleep, and then I woke up. Now, when I woke up, baby, when I tell y'all, I was in the worst pain, okay? When I say I was in the worst pain of my whole entire life, like, I'm not even bullshitting. Like, a bitch felt like she was gonna die, okay? I told the nurse, I was like, I'm dying. I'm dying. She was like, you're not dying. I'm like, bitch, I'm dying. I'm dead already. Like, stop playing. Like, it's like I was in so much pain, y'all. Like, I was in so much pain. Like I said, I thought I was gonna die. I kept telling her I'm dying. It took a long time, I guess. Well, I guess it didn't really take a long time. I guess I was in a recovery room. Now, they send you to a recovery room for an hour without, you know, your family or anything there. They want you to recover by yourself for about an hour, and then they transfer you into the main room where you're going to be staying at for, you know, the remainder of your stay. Now, I forgot to mention, every video that I've watched, not every video, let me take that back, I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of videos that I've watched, every time that I went to a doctor talk or, you know, anything like that, everyone has always said it's an outpatient procedure. You're probably gonna be in recovery for about 3 to 4 hours, and then we're gonna release you. I don't know if everybody else get that same information. I don't know if I was given the wrong information, but that's what they told me. So that's what I was focused on. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna be able to get home, watch my little shows, and, you know, recover, blah, blah. That was not the case. But anyways, so I was in recovery, and then they were able to, I guess I was in recovery already for like a while. And when I woke up, I just kind of woke up towards the end when it was time for me to go to the other recovery room. So they ended up wheeling me to my room, and they said that they were going to let my mom know that I was out of surgery, or no, they had already let my mom know that I was out of surgery, and they were going to call her and tell her that I was in the recovery room and she's able to come visit me. Now, for whatever reason, they never called my mom and told her that I was in the, oh, let me hurry up. They never told her that I was in the recovery room. I don't know why they never told her. So I get wheeled into my room. Now, when I get wheeled into my room, I see that I'm sharing a room with someone. Me personally, I don't want to share no room with nobody. Why am I sharing a room with somebody? Just like I told y'all, it's giving me real clinic vibes. I ain't with the shits. I ain't want to be in no, that's not what I signed up for. I paid too much money for insurance for me to be in a fucking hospital sharing a room with somebody. Okay, now y'all gonna find out a little bit later why I did not want to share a room with nobody. Okay, it was a mess. Hopefully my camera don't turn off. If it does, I'll just come back in a second and finish. So yeah, for whatever reason they didn't call my mom, so it was a while before my mom was able to even come in. The nurse kept telling me, I just want you to rest, I want you to rest, I'll call your mom later. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna call my mom later, you're gonna call her right now, because I want her right now. Like, I want my mom right now. Like, if you know me, you know that my mom is like my best friend in the whole wide world. That is my rock, and I love her to death. And I just was looking for her. That's the first person that I was looking for out of surgery. I was at the point where the lady hadn't called my mom back in yet for when I was recovering and things like that. So she's just like, oh no, you really just need to rest. And I'm like, no, you need to call my mom so my mom can come in here, and you know, I'll feel better when my mom's here. And so the lady ended up calling my mom, or I don't know if I ended up calling my mom. I don't remember even, you know, how everything transpired. So after the surgery, Dr. Russo was nowhere to be found. He didn't come in, he didn't check on your girl, he didn't try to see if I was okay, he didn't try to see if I was alive, none of that. So I believe right after surgery, like I said, I was still in a lot of pain. I did not like my first nurse that was there, but obviously they changed shifts and things like that. So I believe I ended up getting another nurse that I actually really ended up liking. I liked her. They ended up they were giving me Norcos, and I believe that they were giving me another pain medicine through my IV every so often. They were trying to switch up, you know, the Norco and then the other medicine that they were giving me. I didn't have an appetite, I wasn't hungry or anything like that. So yeah, after I believe, I want to say about maybe an hour or two, they tried to give me water. I was not able to hold any water down. They were trying to give me juice. I was not able to hold the juice down. My mom was trying to get me to brush my teeth. I was not able to do that. I was just really just throwing everything up for about the first day or two. Now, like I said, I was under the impression that this was an outpatient procedure. Obviously they did not let me go home because I was not able to keep down any liquids or anything like that. They did give me, I don't even think I have it anymore. I don't have it right here. There's like this little tube thing that they want you to breathe in, or you have to basically breathe in with your mouth on the tube, and then it goes up to a certain number, basically to strengthen your lungs and things like that. A lot of people I know were complaining about having like a really sore throat after surgery. I didn't have a sore throat. What else? I was just in pain. I was in pain. I was tired. The lady that was next to me, like I said, you guys, I ended up having like a neighbor in the hospital. I did not request this neighbor. I did not know that I was gonna have this neighbor. I was not under that impression, but I ended up having a neighbor. She was an older lady, and I do not know what she was in the hospital for, but whenever it was time for her to have something done, like her blood drawn or anything like that, she would scream to the top of her lungs while I was either sleeping or, you know, just trying to have quiet time, and she would just be there acting a whole fool. And I was just so, I was over it. I was mad. My mom was there obviously the whole time. It's not like they had, you know, like a big enough space to where they were able to have like, you know, one of those chairs. Now the hospital that I had my son at, his dad was able to sleep on the chair because the chair was big enough, and then it actually folded out into like a bed, and he was able to sleep there. My mom literally had to sit in the chair and then have another chair for her legs, and they gave her one blanket, and she just kind of had to go with that. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Hold on. Anyway, so yeah, this lady, she just was not having whatever it is that they were trying to help her with or do with her. She was always hungry, asking for oatmeal, and they would tell her, no, you can't have no food, and she would just throw a fit. She obviously, since she was, like I said, an older lady, she was not able to go to the bathroom by herself. So whenever it was time for little Miss Granny to defecate, she just kind of did it all over herself, and it would just smell up the whole entire room, and I would just kind of have to sit there and smell poop for however long they decided to leave it on her, or whenever they decided to come and, you know, change her. And it was just like a horrible experience. If you are considering getting your surgery done at Fountain Valley Regional, I do not recommend going through them, only if you're not if you're okay with the things that I just explained me going through. I was encouraged to get up and walk every so often. Now me, I was lazy. I was trying to be asleep the whole time, so I didn't have to get up and walk, because I'm like, look, I'm tired, I don't want to walk, I don't want to get up and walk, I want to sleep, leave me alone. So I did get up and walk though. It was a little bit hard for me to walk the first time. I was getting dizzy, and so you know, they kind of just sat me down for a little bit, so I was kind of like up and down a lot. I did try to walk. I would say by the next morning I was able to walk fine by myself, and I was walking pretty fast. I mean, I wasn't like, you know, jogging down the street, but you know, I was getting my walk on. So yeah, so that was that. The next day, during the middle of the day, I thought that they were going to let me go home. They did not discharge me because I still was not able to keep my liquids or the protein shakes or the water down. So they did opt to keep me another night, and I was still in a lot of pain, so they kept me another night. It's not a good thing for my mama because she was tired, she was ready to go home. The second day though, the physician's assistant, not Dr. Russo, the man that did my surgery. Now, I don't know if I'm overreacting or if, you know, doctors just don't check on their patients once they're done doing surgery. Now, when I had my son, and I know that it's a completely different, you know, situation or whatever the case is, and the specific situation that happened with my son, my doctor did check up on me more than one time just to see if I was okay, just to see if my incisions were healing correctly and things like that. So I don't know if Dr. Russo just be busy, child. I don't know. But from the reviews that I did read of Dr. Russo, a lot of his other patients were saying that he was very hands-on. He was very caring. He was, you know, checking up with them, emailing them, you know, and all those things. And little on me, I still ain't seen Dr. Russo. I've even had my first checkup and after the surgery, and I still have not seen or talked to Dr. Russo. Now, these other people that did have this surgery, they were of a certain descent. They wasn't black. I don't like, you know, putting stuff off on people and, you know, try to bring color into things. And I don't know what the case is, but I'm just saying the people that love Dr. Russo and they had all these good things to say about him, they were not of African American descent. So, I mean, you know, I guess it is what it is. The physician assistant, he was very nice though. I seen him I want to say once or twice before I had my surgery, and he kind of basically he's the one who helped me choose the vertical sleeve. I was contemplating getting the lap band before the vertical sleeve because I had some reservations about the vertical sleeve, which I wholeheartedly wish I would have went with the lap band. And I'll tell you guys why in the next video when I talk about my update and things like that. But I wish I had went with the lap band, but yeah, basically he was the one that helped me with all of those things. And so yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I was able to go home the third day, so October shit. August the 23rd, I was released from the hospital around 4 or 5 o'clock, and at that point I was able to keep down my liquids. So they gave me apple juice, they gave me protein shakes that were disgusting, but that's for another video. And my water, I was also able to keep that down. I was not eating anything, I was not having any broth or things like that. I just was not. So yeah, y'all, I just wanted to come on here and give y'all a little video. I know this video is probably long if I don't try to cut it down, but I apologize in advance for the long video. Some people like long videos, some don't. This just so happens to be a long video. It is what it is, honey. So yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm going to be doing an update video. I'll probably do another one. I'll probably do an update video with the same clothes and stuff like that on, honestly, because I'm just trying to like binge record right now and get things out the way, because I have a vacation coming up and I'm going to be gone for a long time. So yeah, make sure that you guys are subscribed to my channel if you are not already. Please make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up if you guys would like to see more VSG videos, and any other video that you guys want to see. Just make sure that you guys leave a comment below, and make sure that you guys are following all of my social media handles. I have not posted a picture of my full body since I've gotten the surgery. Some people are able to see in my face the amount of weight that I've lost, but I'll talk about that in my next video. So yeah, just make sure that you guys are following me on my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Snapchat. I will have all of that stuff linked in the description box below, and I will see all you baddies in my next video. Bye.